Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we are in the book of 1 Samuel. We are in chapter 50. It's got 34 verses, but we're doing the whole thing. The Lord rejects Saul as king. Samuel said to Saul, I am the one the Lord sent to anoint you king over the people Israel. So listen now to the message from the Lord. This is what the Lord Almighty says. I will punish the Amalekites for what they did to Israel when they waylaid them as they came up from Egypt. Now go attack the Amalekites and totally destroy them. The Hebrew term refers for irrecoverably giving over things or persons to the Lord, often by totally destroying them, usually by setting them on fire. The smite option, if you will. And everything, now go and totally destroy everything that belongs to them. So not just them, everything that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants, cattle and sheep, camels and donkeys. Like all of it. So Saul summoned the men and mustered them at Telaim, Telaim, 200,000 foot soldiers and 10,000 men from Judah. I'm not sure why they're separate, why Judah is separate here from the rest of them, but okay. Saul went to the city of Amalek, Amalek, and set an ambush in the ravine. Then he said to the Kenites, Kenites, go away, leave the Amalekites, so that I do not destroy you along with them, for you showed kindness to all the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites moved away from the Amalekites. Then Saul attacked the Amalekites all the way from Havilah, Havilah, to Shur, Shur, to the east of Egypt. Now, I know some part of you is like, what do you mean they just got up and moved? So you have to imagine we're back in a time in a land where not every square inch of land had some human being saying they owned it. When people could still just wander off to some patch of land that nobody owned, but as far as they know, it was no king or anything like that, and just build a town. And if somebody came along and said they were king, you could always had the option of either you could fight them or you could pay them tribute. And that would really be a question of, before you went and built things there, did you know it was anybody's land or not? Because they wouldn't necessarily make you leave if you paid them money. So you also could end up paying people money that you didn't need to. That was your what to know. That's why you got to do your surveillance. So yeah, they could just pick up, then leave. Verse 7. Then Saul attacked the Amalekites all the way from Havilah to Shur, and to the east of Egypt. He took Agag, A-G, king of the Amalekites, alive, and all his people he totally destroyed with the sword. But Saul and the army spared Agag, and the best of the sheep and cattle, the fat calves and lambs, everything that was good. That's not what they were supposed to do. They're supposed to totally set it on fire. These they were unwilling to destroy completely, but everything that was despised and weak, they totally destroyed. Uh-oh. So even when they're doing a burnt offering, in the way this culture has their rules for subservience, because remember, this is a culture that It is not like we're supposed to go through the Old Testament and whatever things they were doing, we're supposed to repeat them. They repeatedly disobey the Lord. They repeatedly are doing things that they should not be doing. They're repeatedly not even asking him before they're making determinations about what he wouldn't like. That's basically all of Judges. They forgot to ask. They forgot to ask God in most of that. You don't see too much of them, praying to him before they go and decide something. Gideon didn't pray to God before he chopped up his concubine who died for him. Okay? And then you find out later he had 70 kids and a bunch of other wives and stuff. So it's like, oh my gosh. So even in their sense of burnt offerings, you cannot sacrifice to the Lord as an offering something that is like weak or sick or diseased. And they were told to burn everything, including this king. So this is no good. Then the word of the Lord came to Samuel. I am grieved that I have made Saul king, because he has turned away from me and has not carried out my instructions. Samuel was troubled, and he cried out to the Lord all that night. So remember, he anointed Samuel, and he wanted him to succeed. He's not looking for him to fail. Early in the morning, Samuel got up and went to meet Saul, but was told, Saul has gone to Carmel. There he has set up a monument in his own honor and has turned and gone down to Gilgal. No monuments in your honor. Like, he doesn't. If you're paying attention as we go through these things, when he even wants a monument of something, he doesn't even want them to carve the stone. He wants them to literally take stones that they just found and stack pillars on it. And he keeps saying that the stones remember. The original altars, like if you're going to slaughter an animal and it's not, as a tribute to the Lord, just you're feeding your family. Because they say that you're allowed to slaughter animals to feed your family. You just got to drain all the blood out. You're supposed to be doing it on, an altar you make of uncut stones. So you're supposed to find just big slabs of stones and do the slaughtering there. Not even supposed to shape them. Uncut stones. So definitely no monuments in your own honor. Monuments are remembrances of contracts and promises. Verse 13. When Samuel reached him, Saul said, the Lord bless you. I have carried out the Lord's instructions. But Samuel said, what then is this bleating of sheep in my ears? What is this lowing of cattle that I hear? Saul answered, the soldiers brought them from the Amalekites. They spared the best of the sheep and the cattle to sacrifice to the Lord your God, but we totally destroyed the rest. Stop, Samuel said to Saul. Let me tell you what the Lord said to me last night. Tell me, Saul said. Samuel said, although you were once small in your own eyes, did you not become the heads of the tribes of Israel? The Lord anointed you king over Israel, and he sent you on a mission saying, go and completely destroy those wicked people, the Amalekites. Make war on them until you have wiped them out. Why did you not obey the Lord? Why did you pounce on the plunder and do evil in the eyes of the Lord? But I did obey the Lord, Saul said. I went on a mission the Lord assigned me. I completely destroyed the Amalekites, and I brought back Agag their king. The soldiers took sheep and cattle from the plunder, the best of what was devoted to God, in order to sacrifice them to the Lord your God at Gilgal. But Samuel replied, does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as such as in obeying the voice of the Lord? What do you think is more important to God? The objects, the objects, or, it's such the wrong answer, my voice wouldn't let me say, the objects or obey my will to thy will is kind of the point of the earth school. So, he can make whatever he wants out of anything. What does he need your stuff for? To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams. For rebellion is like the sin of divination, and the arrogance like the evil of idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has rejected you as king. Then Saul said to Samuel, I have sinned. I have violated the Lord's command and your instructions. I was afraid of the people, and so I gave in to them. Now I beg you, forgive my sin, and come back with me, so that I may worship the Lord. But Samuel said to him, I will not go back with you. You have rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord has rejected you as king over Israel. Like, I cannot go with you. As Samuel turned to leave, Saul caught a hold of the hem of his robe, and it tore. Samuel said to him, the Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you today, and has given it to one of your neighbors, to one better than you. He who is the glory of Israel does not lie or change his mind, for he is not a man that he should change his mind. Saul replied, I have sinned, but please honor me before the elders of my people and before Israel. Come back with me so that I may worship the Lord your God. So Samuel went back with Saul, and Saul worshipped the Lord. Then Samuel said, bring me Agag, king of the Amalekites. Agag came to him confidently. Well, that's two different thoughts. Or him trembling, yet Agag came to him confidently, thinking, surely the bitterness of death is past. But Samuel said, as your sword has made women childless, so will your mother be childless among women. And Samuel put Agag to death before the Lord at Gilgal, what Saul was supposed to do. Then Samuel left for Ramah, but Saul went up to his home in Gibeah of Saul until the day Samuel died. He did not go to see Saul again, though Samuel mourned for him, and the Lord was grieved that he had made Saul king over Israel. So, disobedience to the one who anoints you means you get removed from power. And that's a thing for, anybody to remember. Careful what contracts you get yourself into. Some employers have a stricter policy than others.